This is Jorge Rivera with FirstCoast.tv, and I'm here with His Excellency Bishop Felipe J. Estévez. And a lot of people, you hear the name of the bishop this, the bishop that, and FirstCoast.tv said, well, let's go meet the bishop. Let's see who is the bishop and see, get to talk with him a little bit about himself and about St. Augustine. So, Bishop, it's a pleasure.
A pleasure, Jorge.
And my first question for you is basically, where were you born? What's your history?
Well, I was born in Cuba, and I came to the United States when I was 15, and it was 14,700 children came in what it is called the Operation Pedro Pan, and I was one of them.
Oh, wow. Peter Pan operation, yes, yes. And what age did you feel that the priesthood in the Catholic Church was your goal or something you wanted to be serious about?
Well, it was when I was a junior in high school there in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Central Catholic High School, and I felt like almost like an intense desire within to serve the Lord.
Okay, all right. And part of your ministry, what do you think if someone were to look back at your life and say, well, what's the bishop's ministry or the highlights of that? What would you say? Hey, that's my highlight right there.
Well, I would say the building of Christian communities,
okay.
Building of parish life, building a worshiping community, building the social gospel, the care for the community at large.
So here's my question is, since when have you been our bishop?
I have been Bishop of St Augustine for the last 4 years.
Okay, and what is the area that you cover spiritually?
Well, geographically, this is a big area, 17 counties.
Wow.
And in fact, I moved from the First Coast to the Gulf of Mexico,
okay,
which is a large territory. Gainesville is part of the Diocese of St Augustine, and we go all the way to beyond Lake City. So it covers a wide territory, and so we have like four corners. The north up to Fernandina Beach, the south almost to Palm Coast, then Gainesville and beyond, and Lake City on the north part.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yes,
yes.
Very dynamic diocese.
Okay, so here's my other question. St. Augustine, which you visit quite often, which is basically the hub of St. Johns County, is having all these celebrations for the 450. What's the role of the church concerning those celebrations?
Yeah, from the very start, we were very engaged and very enthusiastic about it, because 50 years ago, my predecessor, Archbishop Hurley, had a series of initiatives that are seen today in Misión Nombre de Dios and the cathedral, the renovation of the cathedral. And from the start, I say we need to be engaged in a renovation, and so as you did a program on the renovation of the cathedral,
yes,
look at the beauty of that renovation, a $4 million project. And now we are doing a renovation of what used to be the Prince of Peace Church,
yes,
which will become a shrine to Our Lady of La Leche,
yes,
and a $2 million project.
Wow.
So we have been very deliberate about. We invited the Pope, as you know,
yes,
but the Pope sent us one of the 7 cardinals that work with him in the governance of the church, Cardinal O'Malley from Boston,
right,
and so he will be his representative for the celebrations on September 8.
right.
We have invited also all the bishops of the United States, the bishops of Spain, Cuba, so we expect a good delegation.
Large.
That's why the cathedral is new and renewed.
Yes, yes, and the Nombre de Dios, Lady of La Leche. I see all the machinery there working. It's a quite big job.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Baker, who was the architect and leader of that renovation at the cathedral, is going to do that too. He's doing that one too.
Wow.
So there will be a continuity of style between the cathedral and the Shrine of Our Lady of La Leche there in Misión Nombre de Dios.
Wow. Yeah, I met him. Very interesting man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very passionate.
Very qualified.
Yes, extremely. And my other question for you is, you mentioned it in your ministry, and it's this thing of building bridges with other Christian communities.
Yes.
Why the passion for that? Why do you think that's important for the Catholic Church?
Yes, well, 50 years ago, we had the Vatican Council, and Bishop Snyder, Bishop Gallion tried in their best way to implement the council. And one of the main ideas of the council, as St. John the 23rd wished, was to create a greater closeness among the Christian communities at large, the Church of Christ in all its diversity. And we are committed to that policy of building bridges and getting to know one another and praying together. And I appointed 2 other officers to the ecumenical office so that we really give a priority to the quest of unity and the quest of mutual understanding and collaboration. And I am so happy that the Week of Christian Unity, we are taking lead on that we are, before I arrived, there was the practice of having one day of study of the Presbyterians, the Lutherans, and the Catholics. I have reached out to the Orthodox community, and there is a climate of friendship and collaboration, which I think is very good to us all.
Yes, yes, and I really thank you for that. I think it's so important in the world.
Absolutely.
Not just in our community, but around the world. So my last question to you is, when you look into the future, what is your hope for the role of the church in Northeast Florida?
Well, I think it's a very active church, very engaged, with a great priority for our young. We need to pass on the faith, and we need to pass on the faith to the next generation. And that's one of my greatest priorities, is the attention to the youth, to our children, the Christian education, their involvement in the life of the church, because our responsibility as adults, as elders, is really to pass on the faith to the new generation.
Well, I thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jorge.
So kind. Your Excellency, so
thank
kind.
you.
Okay. And that's our bishop here in St. Augustine, 17 counties. Wow. And we thank him, and we thank you for watching.